Welcome to Orange County Car Injury Clinics, where we focus a lot of our care on the diagnostics and the therapeutics of car injuries, specifically the car injuries that affect the spine, the back, and the neck. And the typical symptoms that we see are the symptoms that we help are not just pain, but a lot of times patients will have just with not only pain, but they'll have muscle spasms and restrictions, especially restricted mobilities, and especially the activities of daily living. It's when they have pain and discomfort with activities of daily living like working, showering, bathing, getting dressed, things like that. So that is specifically where we put a lot of our attention, a lot of our education and focus. So we do treat back pain and spinal pain in general, but specifically the type of spinal pain that's related to car injuries. So how does that work is there's three specific phases when you're in an injury. There's three specific phases you'll go through, and what happens is if you don't get the right care in each of the three phases, what happens is that's when you end up with a permanent injury to some degree. This is a lot of times why people after injuries suffer problems, periodically the rest of their life because they didn't get the right care. So let me share with you how that works. What happens when you're injured, and this is exactly the therapeutic protocol that we use in our car injury clinics, and it's based on what's called the science of the three phases of healing. But what happens is the very first thing we want to do is we want to do the diagnostics that are very specific for your injury to find out exactly what your injury is. So that's called high sensitivity diagnostics. So we don't just generalize and do general tests. They're very specific for your particular condition. Next thing is what's called therapeutics. The therapeutics is based on the three phases of healing, and that's what not only helps decrease the pain and discomfort and get you back to normal, but it also decreases the likelihood of you suffering a permanent problem the rest of your life to some degree. And so what happens is there's the inflammation, the repair and the remodel phase of an injury, and so we do a lot of therapeutics in the inflammatory phase to help, and really the goal there is to decrease pain, inflammation, tenderness, muscle spasms. And we have a wide variety of therapeutics specifically for that. And a lot of times we'll use them in combination because it's very effective when we use our therapeutics in combination. The second phase is what's called the repair phase. That's when the body actually produces scar tissue, and that becomes a very important phase. Physical medicine, such as chiropractic, is very important in that phase to decrease the likelihood of a permanent injury. Not just to get back to normal, but to prevent the likelihood of a permanent injury. See, all of our joints, our back, our neck, we have what's called three ranges of motion: active, passive, and joint motion. And the chiropractic profession is the only profession that actually treats all three phases. And of course, the most important motion is the joint motion, and that's typically the motion that is impacted the worst in these car injuries. So we have to have the right diagnostics to measure joint motion. We have to have the right therapeutics, not for all three ranges of motion, not just pain and muscle spasms. And that's the physical medicine of chiropractic. And then there's what's called the remodel phase. And what happens there is it's real important to have some type of stretching in that particular phase of care because that helps decrease the likelihood of stiffness, pain and stiffness. Because that's what happens a lot when you don't receive physical medicine in the repair phase or stretching in the remodel phase. That's what typically happens is you end up with a permanent injury with pain or stiffness in that particular motion that you injured. That's what happens. So we prevent all that from happening. So we have specific diagnostics in the inflammation phase to get you to feel better. Then we have the specific therapeutics to help you move fully with no pain or discomfort. And then we specifically have the therapeutics to help you with stretching so you don't lose your mobility. So you can actually go to work, function, bend forward, backward, left or right, or bathe or shower fully, or you can sleep fully with no restrictions or pain. See, this is what it's all based on. And then of course, we're really good at documenting the injuries. So the four categories is the diagnostics, the therapeutics, and then of course the documentation, just in case if there is a particular legal event. And then our doctors also testify in court, which is very unique and different. Most doctors are not willing to testify on the behalf of their patients, believe it or not. Well, we do. So we actually will go to court and testify on behalf of our patients to the extent of their injuries. So again, this is the car injury clinics. We're in Santa Ana, and this is we focus a lot on treating back pain, spinal pain, neck pain, things like that, but especially the conditions related to car accident injuries. And that's typically what a lot of car accident injuries are. Is either back pain, neck pain, disc bulges. You can have nerve pressure, things of that. Those are the most common symptoms. And then, of course, the goal is not only to relieve the symptoms, but to get you back to where you can have not only no pain or discomfort or restrictions when you're at work or bathing or sleeping or showering, and get that back to normal or as much as possible. And we do that by having what's called high sensitivity, high specific therapeutics, diagnostics and therapeutics to not only find specifically your injury, but to specifically treat your injury through each of the 3 phases. And then that's what gets you back to normal. And of course, when you don't have the proper therapy within each phase, that's what leads to pain and stiffness and achiness and joint degeneration and arthritis down the road. So that's kind of how it works. So if you've been involved in a car injury, if you have back pain or neck pain, give us a call. We do have a special offer. So the offer includes, to make it easy to see if chiropractic works for you, and the offer includes a private consultation with the doctor to see, number 1, if we can help. 2, it'll include a series of diagnostic tests to see exactly not only what the problem is, but how it can be helped. That'll include range of motion tests. Like I said, we'll evaluate all 3 ranges of motion to see if they're normal or abnormal. And that helps us determine what therapies to use to get it back to normal. We'll do nerve tests to see if there's any nerve pressure, so we know exactly what to do with that. We'll also do muscle testing, see if there's any weakness in specific muscle groups, so we know exactly what therapies to use for those conditions. And then we also will use orthopedic joint test. That'll help us find out specifically which joints are involved. We will do x-rays if necessary. X-rays are included with the new patient special. And then we have the new patient special does include 3 chiropractic treatments. So if we feel we can help your problem, it will include 3 chiropractic treatments just to see how you start to respond to care and how quickly you kind of get back to normal. And it includes 3 pain relieving therapies also. So typically this new patient special can cost anywhere around $350, and for you it's $97. So for $97, you get all of those categories of our new patient special, the private consultation, all the tests from the ranges of motion to see exactly what the problem is so we know what to treat. But then it not only includes the range of motion test, the nerve test, the orthopedic test, the muscle test, and the x-rays, but if it is something we can't help, and then it will include treatment, include the chiropractic treatment to see how quickly we can start to get you to feel better. And then also it'll include 3 therapies to help decrease the pain and inflammation as fast as possible. So it does come with a 2-part guarantee. Number 1 is we'll see you within that day or the next day. So we're really good about getting you in that day or the next day. And when you do come in, you'll see the doctor within 7 minutes. We have what's called a 7-minute wait policy. You'll see the doctor within 7 minutes. You'll only be in the office for about 20 to 30 minutes, so we respect our patient's time. You won't be in our office a half a day or a full day. And we open as early as 8, close as late as 6, so you don't have to miss any work. You can come in before work, at lunch, or after work, and see the doctor quickly. So that's exactly what the new patient entails. So give us a call. Our phone number, again, we're the Orange County Car Injury Clinics of Santa Ana, California, and you can reach us to schedule your new patient special. Remember, it includes all of that for $97. And by the way, if you were involved in an auto accident, it's covered 100%. So if you're involved in an auto accident, it's covered 100%. But if you're having back or neck pain, things of that nature, and you have insurance or cash, it's only $97 for the new patient special. So give us a call. Our phone number is 949-207-7117. That's 949-207-7117. And give us a call. We'll schedule it today or tomorrow and let us know you want the new patient special. We'll get you right in. And if you've been in a car accident injury, it'll be covered 100%. Give us a call today. We look forward to helping you.